How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be walking you through Barrows. So I noticed there wasn't really like that much of an updated guide on Barrows, and they did make a pretty good change that makes Barrows awesome now. So I decided to go ahead and make a video. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. If you're enjoying the content, please consider joining our Discord server down below. We have about 13,000 members nearly in there and would love to have you in there. We have a voice chat where you guys can come in and feel free to stream your game and play together. We also have lots of other sections in here too, including support tickets, which you can open up a support ticket no matter if you are a Patreon member or not and get one-on-one help. We also have gold swaps if you're looking for swaps and many things like that. We also have the free open flipping sections. That way you guys can join in here and just go ahead and flip together. And then we've also got the Patreon sections where if you guys want the exact buy and exact sells for tons of different items, then you guys can just go ahead and join right here and start making a ton of money. If you're wondering about the Patreon sections and what you should have before joining them and kind of like how much to expect to earn, the Flip Mastery one is about 50 mil GP to start, average profit being 1 to 2 billion per month. The BFC is 250 mil GP recommended with an average profit of 2 to 5 billion plus. Master Pass 500 million recommended with an average of 3 to 10 billion. And if you want to get everything all at once, you guys can become an annual member, and the annual profits are anywhere from 4 to 20 billion plus per month. Now, these numbers will vary depending on the amount of wealth you have, number of accounts you have, and experience, but these are averages by actual members. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about this, feel free to leave in the comments down below. So Barrows is actually a very easy thing to do in the game, so I'm not going to over-explain like the combat and everything. But basically, in order to set this up, I'm going to be using the full Necro, first Necromancer, and then I'm going to use the Cinderbane gloves, because they can be poisoned. I'm going to use the Master Cape, because I do not have the Zut Cape yet, but if you have the Zut Cape, then go ahead and use that. I need to actually go and do that when I get time. And then whatever book you want to use, the scripture you use doesn't really matter that much as far as I'm concerned, just because of the fact that they do die in just a few hits, so it doesn't really matter. The only one that actually lasts longer is going to be Linza, and that's really about it. Everything else is going to be very easy. So Ritual the Majorat and Kindred Spirits are what you're going to want to do to be able to fight Acrosay and Linza, however you say the first one's name, I don't even know actually. But those are the two quests you're going to want to have unlocked before you are going to be going to do this for like the entire drop log. So just be aware of that. If you want to skip Linza, which I really wouldn't recommend because then it'd take longer to get the drop log done, then just yeah, you don't need Kindred Spirits for that. The Warden Nexus, or like whatever Death Warden you want to here with your stuff in it, your runes in it is all you need there. And then basically just, I mean, I don't need to over-explain this because it is quite literally just the Necromancer gear, but you can use whatever combat style you feel like. These guys are super easy. If you do have lower combat stats and you're just trying to get into some bossing, then I would recommend having like level 70s in your stats at least. And then if you are doing that, then you're going to be using maybe a little bit more of your food, maybe a little bit more of the prayer, and that's going to be about the only change for as far as your inventory setup over here. I've got Luck the Dwarves on here just for the heck of it, but you don't really even need to wear this. You can just use the luck boost and then have a damage ring here. And then over here, I'm going to bring the Elven Ritual Shard because it'll make it so I basically don't need prayer at all. The Excalibur in order to gain some emergency healing. I've also got an extra rock tail for emergency healing. We've got the Dragon's Medallion if you want to be able to teleport directly there, or you can just attune one of the boss portals, whichever one you feel like doing. You can bring Barrows Amulets if you want to. Barrows Amulets just lets you instantly kill one of the Barrows brothers. I'm not actually going to be using these. I just put them in the inventory just so, just in case maybe you are lower level, then you can use these. If you're a higher level player, then you really don't need these because you're going to kill them super fast anyway, and you might even kill them faster than you could click on the Barrows Amulets. And then I'm going to be using the Holy Overload Potion to make sure my prayer stays up, but you can use whatever you want to for combat potions. It's really not that big of a deal. I got super prayer renewals, that way I am going to be gaining some prayer points if I feel like it. But you can switch these for like something else. Honestly, just anything that restores prayer. I have a lot of these, so I'm just bringing these, but just a regular prayer potion is honestly just as good. And then over here, I'm going to look at my relic powers. Now, relic powers is really not important again, because once again, this is super easy. But I've got Fury of the Small, because that's kind of like a go-to for when you don't really know what else to use. Berserker's Fury, which is probably not even going to be used here, but you could do it with life transfer. So, I mean, if you want to get real sweaty on Linza, you can life transfer, and then you could like life transfer, split soul, do a bunch of damage with Berserker's Fury, which is kind of fun. And then Persistent Rage. This is really good actually here, just because of the fact you are doing a lot of running around and outside of combat. So Persistent Rage is probably the only one that I would say is like a really, really, really useful one here. Besides that, none of these really matter that much. Just kind of pick whatever you want to, unless you really want to go for that life transfer kill on Linza. So I'm going to put that back. I'm going to put these back because I'm not actually going to be using them myself. I'm going to not attune my boss portal. I'm just going to use this to teleport there. So why do I like Barrows right now? Even though I just explained that everything is easy as crap, why do I want to go do Barrows? And the reason why is because if you look over here at War, and we look at the Combat Mastery Overview, which I have not worked on too much yet, so feel free to laugh at me as much as you want to. I actually don't know why it's not showing the bars here, but I do have some progress. But up here on your combat score, you can unlock these war blessings. So when it comes to the war blessings, you do not have to have completed all the easies to get the easy blessing, the war blessing number 1. You just have to have a certain amount of points to be able to unlock war blessing number 1. And war blessing number 1 is going to give us the quick access to the central sarcophagus during the Barrows encounter. So that is really awesome, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today, and that's why I want to do Barrows. So basically all you need to do is, if you want to, whatever gear setup you're planning on using, go ahead and set this as a preset in your bank. That way when you come back here, then you'll easily be able to access it again. But I am going to run through this without any edits, just because it's not that long of a kill anyway, but then you can see a full kill in real time. So what we're going to be doing is, once we get here, you're going to see all the names of the different Barrows characters up at the top. And then if you look at the map here, you can see that it is shaped like this. And what I choose to do is I choose to just kind of like run around them clockwise, and then go to the middle, and then backtrack to the one that is going to be the entrance to the actual dungeon. So we're going to go on in here. Something else to remember too when you're doing Barrows is that you are not able to use a familiar, so don't bother bringing a familiar. That's why I don't have one. If you're a high level player, you don't have to worry about prayers or anything really. You can just sit here and just slap them a couple times. It's going a little bit slow because of my ability bar. As far as the ability bar too, you can just use the basic, like whatever max DPS one that the Runescape wiki recommends. There's no like specific thing that's helpful here, honestly. So if you look up on the Runescape wiki and you go to like optimal PVM bars, it'll show you like what the best ones depending on what you have unlocked. So especially if you're using Necromancy, for example, there are a lot of different variants to Necromancy based on what you've got unlocked for Necromancy. So everyone's bar is going to vary basically until you're maxed out. So just use whichever one applies to you the most. If you are going to be like paying some more attention, then I'd probably not put Volley of Souls on the bar like I did. It is much better to manually cast your Volley of Souls, because then you can do it when you've got like 5 soul stacks or something. And it's also really, really nice to just save it up, because what you can do is after you kill a couple of these Barrow brothers, then you can just simply Volley of Souls and just one tap one of the, like the next one you fight, which is pretty fun. And you can also save it for Linza if you want to, which is also a viable idea. So as you can see, we're just going to move right on through here. I'm just going to keep on slapping these brothers, then running right back upstairs. And then we're going to go on to the next one here. And we're going to go down with the spade. This is probably, yeah, I was going to say this is probably the 2-room one. Okay, so we found the hidden tunnel. Once you find the hidden tunnel, you're just going to ignore it. You do not want to go down the hidden tunnel. You're going to go over here to Akrize, and you're going to kill Akrize. I actually have no idea how to say their name, but I'm guessing it's Akrize. So we're going to go ahead and kill Akrize here. I guess Akrize takes a little bit more time. It's probably because I'm just like using whatever for my ability bar. Like if you're like really trying, then you can kill these a lot faster than this. Okay, so right here is going to be our tunnel. So now we're going to go over here to the middle. And then once we're in the middle, then we're going to kill this one. And also when we get to Linza over here in the corner, the shiny purple one, then I will give you guys some basic explanation of how you can make it go a little bit quicker. So we're going to surge over here. We're going to click on Linza. Once I open up Linza's, I'm going to go ahead and use my Sorrow. I'm going to go ahead and do Soul Split. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Split Soul. Wait, why is it not doing it? Okay, now it's doing it. Split Soul. And then we can also do a... wait, why does it say someone else is fighting it? This is interesting. We want to death mark them. Oh, that's what's going on. My keybinds are messed up. And I just split sold for no reason. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, while setting up this video, I think oh yeah, I did. Oh, I see. All my ability, this bar right here, this bar number 1, is it number 1? Yeah, this bar number 1 is supposed to be up here. I was like, why are none of my keybinds working? Well, that would explain why they're not working. They were on the wrong bar. Anyway, if you do not mess up Linza, the best way to do it would be to just life transfer in the beginning. You can invoke death, and then you can just basically go in with split soul and then do a ton of damage. That's going to be the fastest way to kill Linza that I'm aware of. It makes her drop pretty quickly. And okay, here is the cool part though. We're going to enter the hidden tunnel. Let's do it. So now that at the very top, you can also double check. You should be at 7 out of 8 brothers slain if you have everything unlocked, like Linza and Acruse. So if you have everything, you should be at 7 out of 8. We're going to say, yes, I'm fearless. Oh yeah. Now, if you want to, it's really not a good idea though. You can run through here and rack up your points to make it so you get like runes instead of bolt racks type of thing. If that's even actually a thing in RuneScape 3. I probably should look that up. But it's really not necessary anyway. You just want to click on this portal. So as you can see, like it just sends you straight to the middle. So there's like no reason to go kill skeletons or whatever for points or whatever, even if it is a thing. Once you've clicked on the portal, then you're just going to click on the chest one time. And then you're going to be fighting Varak. It's actually just, it all depends on who is left. So it's going to be a random one. It's never going to be Linza, but it's going to be a random one. Alright, Varak is dead. Once Varak is officially dead and you've got 8 out of 8 at the top, then you're just going to click on search chest. And we get nothing this time around. We get some decent runes though. We get like 100k. Alright, alright. Then we click on bank all. And then we're going to click on portal. And then we just simply click on rope. And then once we're here, then we just simply go over here and we click on the stairs. And then, boom, you are done. And as you look at the back up the top there, you can see you're back at 0 out of 8, and you can just go ahead and repeat the whole cycle all over again. If you want to, you can quick teleport out of there too. It's honestly probably not quicker, honestly, just because of the fact that if you use these stairs, then you end up right here, which means that you are literally just able to restart and going all over again. So it's probably going to be the fastest just to go ahead and do it this way rather than teleporting out. But if you really want to, you can use like War's Retreat or something like that and then go back through the portal, or use Draken's Medallion and teleport around. Draken's Medallion teleporting back out to the like entrance here is probably like fastest, maybe. But if you just come back up the stairs, then you're literally right back at the spade and you can go right back down. Anyway, the amount of money that you can make per hour here is going to vary. It's going to greatly vary depending on the loot you get. So it's very, very difficult for anybody to be like, this is how much money it is per hour. Although, as far as, you know, like statistics are concerned, it ends up being something around 8 million per hour if you're doing it very fast. So if you're maxed out, you're not fumbling your abilities like I did in this video, then you can expect to make something about 8 million per hour. But you can also have much higher hours than that. It really depends on your luck. There was an hour. Actually, there was only about, I think it probably took me about 15 minutes. But about 15 minutes, I got 2 amulets and a hammer, which ended up being pretty close to 40 million with the loot. So it was like, there was like 38 million or something like that. So I made that in like 15 minutes, or maybe less than 15 minutes. So it just really depends on your luck, though. Like, that's not going to happen most of the time. So anyway, expect like 8 mil per hour. The XP per hour here is absolute trash, so I really wouldn't do it for XP. It's not really relevant to talk to you about. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this super simple guide to Barrows. I just wanted to run through it really quick and mostly just show you the new teleport, because I feel like most people probably know how to do Barrows by now. But anyway, if you want to see more content like this, then feel free to leave in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.